Good morning, Simple Kids. It's so great to see you. We have so much fun here, and you know one of my most favorite parts is when we learn about life apps. Do you remember what life apps are? It's something that God does on the inside of us to help us change the world around us. I love that, and this month we're learning all about creativity. Do you remember what that means? Creativity is imagining what you could do because you're created in God's image. I love that. And you know, I think it's a great start for us to use that creativity and worship together. Get on your feet. Here we go. You ready?
I just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful. You made my feet, you made my hands, you make me sing and you make me dance, 'cause your love is all around me, and your love is so astounding. I just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful. Here we go, break it down now. Everything you created with your imagination is wonderful and good, wonderful and good. You're my inspiration beyond all explanation. You're wonderful and good, you're wonderful and good. Everything you created with your imagination is wonderful and good, wonderful and good. You're my inspiration beyond all explanation. You're wonderful and good, you're wonderful and good. I just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful. I just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful.
Oh, hey, Miss Christy.
Hey, Mr. Pretzel.
Hey, what's going? Hey, kids, how's it going? Hey, that was a really great song. I'm glad it's over, though. I have a really important, life-changing announcement.
Okay, what is it?
I have discovered the true meaning and power of life.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Wait a minute.
What?
You don't just drop that and then walk away. We want to hear what it is. What's the purpose and meaning that you discovered?
Purpose. That's what it is. Purpose and meaning of life.
Yes.
Okay, I watched Call of the Wild. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Call of the Wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all can help me with this.
What?
Mr. Pretzel watched a movie and figured out his purpose and meaning of life.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes. Are you ready?
Okay, so what was the purpose?
Okay, well the movie's about a dog in the wild. And so what I've decided, are you ready for this?
I think so, right, kids?
I'm gonna be a dog wrangler. Yes!
I've really never heard of a dog wrangler. Is that like a dog trainer?
Yeah,
Like
but,
sit,
but
stay?
with wrangling. The wrangling part of it.
Wrangling.
Important.
Okay, all right. The kids that are watching will probably agree with me that sometimes when Mr. Pretzel comes in like this and he's all over anxious and excited about things,
Never.
then he'll say, I watched a movie and now I'm going to be the world's greatest animal trainer.
Wrangler. I said dog wrangler.
Wrangler. See?
Yes.
So that's what you're gonna be now.
Absolutely.
Huh. So what okay. I mean, that's great, Mr. Pretzel. Maybe you're watching some YouTube videos on how to do this, or reading books. Oh, I know. You have to be volunteering at an animal shelter.
Oh, those are all good ideas. That's not the exact approach I was taking. In fact, what I was gonna do was I was gonna watch the movie and then start wrangling dogs.
Wrangling dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought you didn't like dogs.
Okay. Dogs are kind of scary, right? They got teeth and they got claws and gnashing,
Yeah.
like that. So I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't go all the way with that approach. You don't have to be negative about it, though. How about? I got another idea.
Okay.
I got another idea.
Good.
How about an animal wrangler?
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Animal.
Okay.
wrangler.
So how are you gonna do this, Mr. Pretzel?
Well, it's a good thing you asked.
Yeah.
I was prepared for this. Underneath here,
Yeah.
I have something very exciting. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I have, ta-da! Highly trained, death-defying, flesh-eating piranhas!
Do y'all see what I see?
Look at them move.
Did you, Mr.
Yes.
Pretzel, did you know that piranhas
Yeah.
have more teeth than dogs do?
But they're not as big as dogs, and these are highly trained and motivated piranhas, and they also have Lil Finn.
Oh.
Yeah, he's my number one fish, Lil Finn.
Which one is Little Finn?
Well, he's the gold one,
Oh,
right there.
they all.
You gotta be an expert. You gotta be an expert animal wrangler to know this stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I can hardly wait.
Animal wrangler.
Right.
This is what we'll do.
Okay, let's see.
All right. Okay. Are you watching? You want
I
to see
am.
some cool things?
Okay.
Okay. What I'm gonna do, kids? I'm gonna use my animal wrangling power
Okay.
to have all of these fish jump through a hoop.
Jump? Did you know fish
Yes.
jump through hoops?
They jump.
I can
Shamu.
hardly wait.
Free Willy.
Okay, let's do
Okay,
it.
you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Jump.
Look, I happen to bring this with me. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready. I'm watching.
Watching.
Little Finn
At a hoop.
is gonna jump through the
See?
hoop. Ready?
Okay. Look at that! It worked.
Actually, they all just went through the hoop and not just Little Finn.
Well, no, that's because Lil Finn went first
Oh.
and then followed him. He's the
Okay.
ringleader. I'm the wrangler and he's the ringleader.
Perfect.
Yes. I feel like you're kind of being negative again, like when I come up with these phenomenal ideas and then you start getting kind of weird a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, you want another one?
I mean,
I can do it.
not really, because we were getting to the lesson for today, but okay. I mean, yes. Don't you want to see one
Yes,
more?
okay, good.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Okay.
these flesh-eating piranhas,
You know those
They're crazy.
are not piranhas, right?
they are from the
Okay.
Amazon, and this is called piranha food. I'm gonna get them a little hungry first.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pinch it. Ooh, it smells kind of salty.
Okay.
Okay,
Give the fish.
look at him. Look at him go.
My
Okay,
goodness.
here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick my finger in there. Now you gotta be quiet and gentle and don't make too much noise. Now I've trained these, but for an amateur novice like you, I don't want anything to happen. So just
Okay.
be quiet. I'm gonna stick my finger in there and you will see that these flesh-eating piranhas will not hurt me. Are you ready?
I can hardly wait.
Here we go.
You're on the edge of your seats, aren't you?
Shh.
Okay.
Ah! Miss Chrissy! Miss Chrissy! Christy, I could have lost my hand on that. Oh my gosh, you scared me. You just scared little Finn.
But you didn't lose your hand. I mean, it is possible that you lost your mind, but that's for another day, right?
Whatever. I could have lost my hand. That was dangerous. All I wanted to do was be an important animal wrangler, Miss Christy.
I mean, I understand, Mr. Pretzel, but you are important.
And great?
Yes, and great. And you love to hear that. But actually, you are great.
I am important and great?
And important. And you don't have to try to do something that you're not to see that. So I think that I should go take these fish back to PetSmart, goldfish, back to PetSmart. And you stay here and do what you're great at. Do you know what you're great at?
Animal wrangling.
Okay, but you're even greater at talking to these kids.
Oh! I am good at talking to them. Hey, kids!
I know. Hi. So you talk to them and finish out while I take these
Be careful.
goldfish.
They might eat your finger.
Back to PetSmart, okay?
Okay, well, I'm gonna be wonderful and great. Hey, kids, how are you? I'm Mr. Pretzel. Oh, we already did that part. Okay. Well, listen. Let's forget about everything that just happened with the Call of the Wild and the animal wrangling and the piranhas and stuff, because that's kind of embarrassing. But let's talk about how great I am this week. Well, you know what? While you're thinking about how great I am, why don't you check out this Bible story, because it's really cool.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the Book of Esther.
Esther was the queen of Persia.
Wait, what? Queen?
Esther didn't become queen in the usual way. See, her father wasn't a king, and she wasn't from a noble family.
It's just me and cousin Mordecai.
In fact, Esther was Jewish. Many of God's people had been captured and brought to Babylon when their home, Judah, was conquered. Then Babylon was taken over by Persia. So Esther grew up in a land that wasn't her own. When Esther's parents died, her cousin Mordecai raised her as his very own daughter.
Always remember what our scriptures say. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love Him with all your strength.
One day, a new king named Xerxes came to power in Persia. He was so impulsive that he actually fired his queen, Vashti, simply for refusing to show up at a wild party.
She will never see me again.
When Xerxes had finally calmed down, he had realized he now had no queen.
I have no queen.
He would have to find a new one.
I must find a new one.
So the king decided to hold a contest. He ordered his officials to gather the most beautiful young women in the land and put them through an entire year of beauty treatments. Esther was one of those girls chosen.
Cousin Mordecai, what do I do?
Don't tell anyone you're from a Jewish family.
I have chosen my new queen. Drum roll. My new queen is Esther.
Me?
Assume the queenly royal crown. I might have to resize it.
Just as Xerxes had so impulsively switched queens, he also promoted a royal official named Haman higher than all of the other nobles in the kingdom.
Bow to me, you fools!
Haman was delighted when all of the officials outside the palace bowed low before him. When he discovered that Mordecai refused to bow, he was enraged.
You have to bow. Somebody make him bow.
Haman was so angry. He made a plan to destroy not only Mordecai, but all the Jews in the land. He laid it out for the king.
Your Majesty, these Jews live differently than everyone else. They don't obey your laws.
Fiddlesticks! That's just wrong.
Precisely. Give the order to destroy them.
Consider it done.
Xerxes agreed to the terrible decree. Messengers took the letter all over the kingdom.
Hear ye, hear ye. On the 13th day of the 12th month, all Jews are to be killed. Hear ye, hear ye.
When Mordecai and the other Jews discovered the horrible news, they dressed in rough clothing and wept bitterly. Mordecai sent a message to Esther in the palace, telling her what Haman had done.
You must ask the king to save our people.
Esther was devastated. She sent a response to her cousin.
No one can come before the king unless he sends for them. If I do it, I'll die, unless he reaches out his gold scepter to me.
Mordecai sent his answer right back.
You may not escape, even though you're queen. Who knows? It's possible that you became queen for just a time like this.
He's right. Here, tell this to Mordecai. Gather all the Jews. Don't eat anything for 3 days. I and my servants will fast too. Then I'll go to the king.
Esther faced an impossible dilemma, but she took 3 days to prepare her heart and her mind.
Bring my most beautiful royal robes.
Heart racing, Esther entered the throne room. Across the long hall, she saw the king seated high on the throne. Breathless, she waited for him to see her.
Please, please, please.
The king looked up. His dark eyes locked on Esther's face. And then he smiled. He reached out his golden scepter.
Thank God.
What is it, Queen Esther? I'll give you anything, up to half my kingdom.
Esther could have made her request right away, but she knew she would have a better chance if she made the king curious.
King Xerxes, if it pleases you, come to a feast I prepared today. Oh, and bring Haman.
Consider it done.
Esther created an elaborate feast for the king and his number 2 official.
Look at me, you peasants, invited to the queen's banquet.
At the meal, King Xerxes once again tried to discover what Esther wanted.
I'll give you anything, up to half my kingdom.
Once again, Esther held her ground and waited for the perfect moment.
I'd like you and Haman to come to another feast tomorrow. Then I'll answer your question.
The king agreed, and Haman spent the whole evening bragging to all of his friends.
You guys, the queen thinks I am the bomb.
But the second feast was a different story. As before, Esther prepared an incredible meal. Both Haman and the king were quick to dig in.
What do you want me to do for you? I'll give you up to half my kingdom.
Esther took a deep breath. Something told her this was the right moment.
Your Majesty, let me live. Please spare my people. We have been sold to be destroyed.
Haman paled and choked on his fillet, but the king's face flushed red with rage.
Who is the man who has dared to do such a thing?
Esther turned her gaze on Haman.
Haman is the one.
In a panic, Haman threw himself at the queen.
Totally didn't mean it. Please, please, please let me live.
You dare attack the queen? Take him away.
That very night, Haman was killed, and the king created a new order that would allow the Jews to be saved.
We will celebrate this day with great joy.
God had given Esther a surprising position in a foreign nation, and when the time was right, she would use all she had been given to save her people.
God gave Esther a surprising position in a faraway nation. When the time was right, she used all she was given to create a big difference. She used her creativity to save her people. God gave you special gifts too. He has a plan for your life that you'll be able to discover more and more as you get older. Just like Esther was created for a very important job. You might wonder exactly what your purpose is, just like Mr. Pretzel was trying to figure out his earlier. I'm glad he realized that being an animal wrangler wasn't it. You see, sometimes it's something big and exciting that God does through you over lots and lots of years. And sometimes it's just the day-to-day things as you choose to use the gifts that God has given you. And sometimes it's both. Just pay attention to the gifts that God gave you. And when you have the chance to use them, do it. And don't forget the Bible verse for this month. Say it with me. Lord, you are great. You are really worthy of praise. No one can completely understand how great you are. Psalms 145:3. Just remember, there are so many ways you can live out God's purpose in life. I, for one, am so excited to see what He's got planned. Have a great week, and we will see you back here next week.